Forge greatness, this is what you need. Next level marketplace with the NFT. Music, podcasts, movies, and more. Crypto games, take it to the next level for sure. Or system, or system. If you buy the NFT, this is what you're missing. Or system, or system. If you buy the NFT, this is what you're missing. To my movie makers and musicians, time to level up. Bring your content, even all my game developers. We got movie streaming, music streaming, so you wanna be in the mix. This ain't no big production company. Over 25,000 or users, yes indeed. Only charging 2.3% sales fee. Own all your music, all your games, own your future. Set your own terms. This is how you do it. You need or system, or system. If you buy the NFT, this is what you're missing. Or system, or system. If you buy the NFT, this is what you're missing. Let's go. Forge greatness. Woo.
The OR token is not a security. The OR token is not a stock. It is a video game token and is used for in-game purchases in OR-supported websites, video games, and the ORForge NFT marketplace. No ownership guarantees a percentage of any ownership of OR Systems Inc., any video games, content, media productions, or other, until options are extended. OR Systems Inc. is a privately owned and operated organization that utilizes blockchain technologies and provides real-world value to the intrinsic video game currency. As such, please ensure you approach the OR token at your own discretion. No one involved in this video is a financial advisor.
What's up, guys? Oh,
hello,
yeah.
hello.
Hello,
Hey.
hello. We're missing someone again.
Big Jam on tour.
Big
Yes,
J.
sir. He is, believe he is en route to the airport on his way to Europe.
No,
So
he's
right
there
on.
we
already.
just doing-
Isn't he there already?
The European tour.
I think he's there. So anyway, welcome, Warriors. Welcome to episode 75. I'm your host, not Jimmy. What's my name again? Armando. Oh, we
Armando
got
Dangerous.
Sean, Lucas, and Eric. How's it going today, fellas?
What's going on?
man, it's gonna be rough. It's gonna be a little rough because I'm trying to do this broadcasting thing. We really do take Jimmy for granted, I must say. There's a
Absolutely.
lot that goes on in the background, and whoops.
It makes it look so effortless.
I know he does, but here we are. We have a great show for everyone today. Thank you, Warriors. Again, appreciate every hour you spent with us here at the Warrior Hour. For the millions and trillions of people watching, thank you, thank you. We do have Andrew Antar. I
Yep.
think he'll be joining us today. I think he founded Tune.fm. Ooh,
Yep.
some music NFTs. I think he's big into that.
Some
So
NFTs.
can't wait to hear what he has to say.
And we dropped a link in the chat on YouTube, so you guys know it's a really, really cool, slick-looking website too. So
Cool. Checking
if
it out now,
everybody
I see.
is,
All right.
if you're able to multitask, check it out. It's really, really cool.
I usually do, but now I can't because I got to worry about the
He's
production.
running the show. Yeah.
I got to worry about that crap.
Armando, you wear many hats. You producer
No, I
now.
don't.
You
I
are
don't
the
like wearing many
personality of the
hats. I don't
show.
know what screen to look at because the camera's here, the production thing's here. I don't know. Anyway, enough of that. Enough of that. That stuff. Lucas, what's going on? What's going on these days? What you got going on for us?
Not enough hours in the day.
I hear you. I hear you.
No, just lots of great stuff. We've got some polling surveys going on over in the Telegram thread to get some community feedback and input on the white paper 2.0 that we're kind of in draft mode of developing at this point, which is pretty exciting. Lots of commentary outside of the polling. I've got a lot of interesting direct messages from people who are concerned with some of the polling options, and it's just been interesting to hear everybody's thoughts on how things are going.
Good deal.
outside of the polling, still making headway in a lot of different functional areas that we're working on. The development for with them front lines is streaming right along. Just before we came on the show, we kind of talked about the going from pre-alpha to pre-alpha and some of the internal gameplay exchanges. So progress is definitely being made in the right direction with that. It's exciting. It's fun to be a part of. There's a lot of neat things that kind of fit within the gaming space lately that we've had the opportunity to change how we talk about development and things of that nature with regard to AI and some of the other opportunities that fit within the space as well.
Awesome. The game looks incredible, by the way, and been a lot of fanfare around it right now. A lot of engagements. A lot of really cool stuff.
I love the pre-alpha. I can't wait to try the pre-alpha. I think Nick just released it.
Well, then there's a pre-alpha to that alpha, just so you know.
I hope
and
not.
A pre-delta and a pre-beta. I'm kidding. No, I'm excited, man. I gotta thank you guys, all the hard work behind the scenes. Like I said, I jump into some of the chats, and it's like these guys are all day long, all night long. I don't know when you guys ever have time for dinner.
Like Lionel
Or
Richie.
lunch. I don't think these guys do take a break. I highly doubt it. So yeah. What's up?
Oh, excuse me. I had something in my throat there.
A lot of sandwich eating.
Yeah.
In between meetings.
Try to get away with that like you were a kid in your basement. Hey, Mom, bring me a sandwich.
Bring me a sandwich,
Mommy,
Mom.
loaf.
Bring it.
Bring me a grape knee high.
A point of note on that is wives are a lot less interested in that type of commentary than moms were.
Yeah, true.
Yeah. Very true.
I don't think moms are interested either, but
A little more so than wives, I'll say that.
yeah. Sometimes I hear that get it yourself, Sean. One of those. Or I just hear nothing, which is even worse.
Yeah.
Oh man.
We should get you a coffee pot. We should get you a coffee pot for the game room. That's what I hear.
Absolutely. I'm gonna get one of those 32 cup ones like we had back in the day.
Yeah, the old silver bullet.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Big
man.
big mugs, big coffee cups. That's how you got to roll, man. That is how you got to roll. So I'm looking forward to talking to Andrew. I think he's got A lot of good stuff going on. Web3 founder, designer, developer, investor. The music industry kind of guy, revolutionizing and groundbreaking streaming technology in the NFT music arena. It should be good. I'm anxious to see the back and forth between he and Eric, because I'm sure there's going to be some really good exchanges there.
As long as he doesn't have any toys.
Love
I can't take that anymore.
I think this will be a little more music centric, which is
I
why I'm
hope
wearing
so.
my Ray's Music Exchange T-shirt, which I don't know if you get the reference or not. You might. It's not an obvious one. Blues Brothers. That's okay.
Oh, okay.
And the Blues Brothers. That was the pawn shop or the music store that they go to get their gear when they're getting the band back together.
Gotcha.
Played by the late great Ray Charles.
Hey, so speaking of music, doesn't somebody have a record coming out?
Two records. Long time coming, Jimmy and I have been working on with two different bands. Yeah, they're all mixed, man. One is just getting back to final masters, and the other one's in the process of being mastered.
Okay.
What does getting mastered mean?
Well, I don't. You know what's funny, man? I jokingly have described it a few different. I've heard a few different ways that people describe it. The mastering is just the final process, gives a nice sheen, overall audio sheen to the mix. Make sure everything sounds balanced and it's correct. That's the way Jimmy described it. That's like the best way to say it. It just kind of cleans everything up, audio-wise. It gets rid of frequencies that they're not really apparent to the human ear, I believe. So it's a mystery to me, man. It's something my ears are bad, so when I hear it, I'm like, I don't know.
It's all that music.
Yeah, I'm not wearing earplugs for too long, way too long. But
that's a challenge in the music industry, I bet, man. You got tinnitus, Eric?
I don't think so. I was gonna joke around.
You know if you did.
Yeah, right. It's bad if you don't know. It's like my hearing is so bad. I'm like, what? Oh, it's I used to get earaches a lot as a kid, so I don't think my hearing's not really been as sharp as it should be for a long, long time. So I should wear earplugs, and I don't, and that's not good.
So for all you youngsters out there, aspiring rock stars, wear earplugs.
Yeah, please save your hearing. Believe me, you'll thank me for it later.
Well, I can tell you from experience, it's something you miss when you don't have it.
Yep, no, I agree, man.
That's
Well, it's funny when you bring it up, like when you're in the mixing room, you're like, "Am I hearing something? Am I not?" And I have to ask. I'm like, "Hey, did I hear this right? Did I not?" They're like, "Yeah, you're hearing things." I'm like, "Okay," but they have to confirm it with someone with sharper ears. It'd be a little embarrassing,
Somebody that wore earplugs.
Yeah, exactly.
Is that how you talk about hearing? Is it like eyesight? My eyesight is sharper. Is your hearing sharper?
That's what I say. I say sharp because, like, when you're like, I've had
or a tone.
You'll hear like what you think is white noise and something. Like it could be like a bad table on the ground or something, and that's what I call it. Like if your ears are sharp, you could really intently hear something if it's there or not. Yeah, I guess you got. That's funny you say that. Like your eyesight's sharp or it's not sharp. Yeah.
Is it? I don't know. Tighter. I think I got a bad ground in my hearing.
Bad ground in your hearing.
Well, on that note, why don't we hit up a commercial and see if we'll get our guests
what you did there,
here.
by the way.
You like what I did there, right?
As game developers, OR System wanted to integrate NFT and crypto for large-scale, next-generation gaming. The OR System is a next-generation blockchain community that creates value for content creators, collectors, and studios. OR System makes blockchain simple and accessible to all players, creating a complete gaming ecosystem. Load and integrate NFT into your game to allow players to earn, collect, and take them from one game to another. Learn more at orsystem.com. OR Systems, forging the future and changing the game.
All right, and we're back. And maybe I sound better. I don't know if I sound better now, but
you look better.
Oh, well, thanks.
Hey, Armando,
It's all
I
the
was talking
Botox here in
music.
Florida.
I was talking music. You have a voice of an angel. You
Oh,
should. You
please,
should be.
please,
If you're not
please,
already, you should be
please.
singing
Come
in
on,
front.
Lee. I know when you're just pulling my leg.
Armando is he's an aspiring artist himself.
Yes.
Well, that's boy band, so that's
Or
different.
it's a boy band or
You
my
guys all
stick
got
figure
music in
drawing.
your blood, man. I know Lucas and Sean have noodled around on the guitar. We're gonna have a session at some point. Armando's gonna lead vocals.
Oh,
We're gonna do
no.
something one day.
We are.
Noodling.
We're gonna
I
noodle.
don't. That may be pretty accurate for what I do with that thing. Making racket might be another description.
If I could say one thing, I'll tell you what.
No,
Some of the
you can't.
guys that don't think they're that great are oftentimes a lot better than they're letting on. So
No, I'm
we're gonna
actually
jam.
telling
We're
the
gonna
truth. I'm actually telling the truth. I'm terrible.
We're trying to tell you the truth here.
Yeah, I'm terrible. Thanks for
I bet you're
the optimism.
I bet you're a lot better than you're giving yourself credit for. But anyway,
I'm a 3-chord
Anyway.
kind of guy, man.
I'm not.
some of the best rock songs go 3 chords, man. Some of the best material
You got two more than me.
You got 3 more than me. So what's up with these affiliates, Lucas? I think we wanted to mention anything about that.
Yeah, we're just tinkering around with the affiliate program. We want to kick it off with a contest. Just kind of curious what everybody thinks some of those prizes should be for the affiliate program. We're looking to use that to get some pre-sales done on the game, and we're open to suggestions what we think the winner of that contest, those contests should be.
Cool. Hey, and you know what?
What do you think an appropriate prize would be?
Well, while we're talking to our guest, why don't y'all think about it? I'm gonna let him in.
Okay,
Got Andrew
sounds
coming
like a
in
plan.
right now. All right. Hey, Andrew, how's it going?
Hey,
How's it going? Doing
Hey, how are
good?
you doing?
Hope you're not driving at the same time.
No, I'm just in my car in the
Perfect.
Tesla.
Oh, so you are driving. So it is driving.
I don't know background, but maybe I can change that with these effects. I don't know.
That's fine. You look. There you go.
even
I
better.
love
There
it.
you go.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
There
no
we
more
go.
hip, huh? There you go.
Yeah,
That's what's called the mobile office.
there we go.
There you go. Well, Andrew, we really appreciate your time here.
Yep.
I know your time is valuable, so do you mind if we ask you a couple questions? We promise we
Sure.
won't throw too many
Go for it.
curveballs at you while you're out in space.
Yeah, feel free. Happy to
Perfect.
answer any
Okay.
questions.
Great. All right, Sean, do you want to kick us off here?
Yeah, just a really interesting project. We were looking at Tune.fm before you popped on, and tell us a little bit about the program and what you got going on, man.
Yeah, so in simple terms, we're basically Web3 Spotify. So we're building a decentralized music streaming platform with an integrated music NFT marketplace. So our motto is when the music gets played, the artist gets paid. And so we pay artists in micropayments for every second that their music is streamed. So royalty micropayments are all powered by our native token, the JAM token, which is listed on over 20 exchanges globally. And also the NFT marketplace is powered by JAM, whereas artists can monetize their super fans by doing multi-tiered multimedia drops with unlockable perks and experiences like backstage passes or VIP packages or meetups with artists, dinners, songs, all kinds of cool stuff. So we're really trying to help these A-list celebrities monetize their super fans through NFT drops.
Cool. And so, how are you guys managing the digital rights management for that? Is that through the NFTs, or how are you guys managing that?
So we have a full custom split system where you can choose what percentage of the streaming royalties go to what rights holder. So essentially the rights holder uploads the music, and if they have other rights holders, musicians, or producers or what have you who they want to split those royalty payments, we automatically handle that for you. So they can say, you know, this guy gets 10%, this guy gets 4%, and this person gets whatever, and or this company gets another percentage, and then all of those micropayments are automatically split and sent to the respective wallet.
All straight up automatic,
Wow.
using the power of Web3.
Yeah, that's right.
Cool.
What would you? How would you describe? I'm probably going to say it wrong. Democratize. I can't find my thing here in my sheet. Democratizing the access to music.
Yeah, absolutely. So basically, we're leveling the playing field. So there's music all around the world that we don't even have access to. For example, like there's 30 million songs on Spotify. There's 250 million songs on SoundCloud. And there's a 500 million songs around the world that we can't really find, and they're on either niche platforms or not anywhere or whatever. And so we're sort of leveling the playing field so that we address the global catalog of music and enabling any artist to come to us directly and upload. But we also work with labels, both independent and major labels, to have their entire catalog. So you'll get everything that you know in one, and you'll be able to discover stuff all around the world in different places. And so it's really sort of like an open marketplace where you have a direct connection with the artist. They can see where all their streams are coming from, who's streaming how many seconds of which song and where they are and everything. And so they have those analytics that help them with their marketing and touring and what have you. But also they get paid 100 times more than they would get paid on Spotify, because we're cutting out several costly intermediaries. So we're basically modernizing the financial component of music, which has been stuck in the dark ages with armies of lawyers and accountants, basically taking most of the money. And now we give 90% of the money to the artist, whereas currently the industry is taking 90% and giving less than 10% to the artist. So we're sort of flipping the whole dynamic there, but also offering fans a much better experience than they can get on Spotify. So it's not just the fact that you can access this global catalog, which is much larger, and you can find local music communities all around the world, but also you can get access to the artists that you're really connected with and really love, because you can buy their NFTs, which grant you real access to the artists in various ways, whether it's real life or virtual, or exclusive news or exclusive groups, and different ways that you can actually get experiences with the artist, whether it's merchandise or tickets or meetups or what have you. You can get exclusive digital assets that you can't get anywhere else on the platform, have that connection directly with the artist and know that you're supporting the artist directly, and then all kinds of other cool features that you won't find on other streaming platforms.
Yeah, it's incredible. It's a long needed change in the music industry, and and I like the idea of almost like a virtual fan club, because I've been, I'm a musician, but I'm also a fan of many bands, and even till this day, I'm signed up to whatever one of my favorite bands. Sign up to that fan club, get the exclusive tune, exclusive news, all that. That's awesome. That's amazing.
Exactly. It's all about the artist fan clubs. Yeah.
I think it's a long time
Hey, Andrew, how far along are you guys in your roadmap? Where are you at currently? What's your next benchmark that you're looking to meet on your developmental journey?
Yeah, so we've built out and launched the decentralized streaming platform, so the sort of Web3 Spotify side of things, SoundCloud, if you will. And now over the last year or so, we've been building it out. Just now rolling out and launching this week is the music NFT marketplace component, so the sort of OpenSea for music. And we're unique in the sense that we've embedded and vertically integrated the NFT marketplace within the music streaming platform. So it's a fully encompassing experience. You can actually enjoy the music NFTs where you buy them. So that's something that nobody else has. And so that's where we're at right now, is rolling out this NFT platform, the marketplace, and doing A-list celebrity drops. So we have dozens of big celebrity artists that want to do drops with us, as well as some big names with legacy catalogs as well. So that's the sort of, that's where we are right now.
How about a really entertaining opportunity to kind of work through some of those challenges, man? That's going to be a really fun experience for you.
Absolutely, yeah. It's working with a lot of artists, their management, and every artist is different, and it's all different relationships, and trying to help them identify the types of content that would be good for drops, and help sort of strategize and how to structure the NFT drop with what tokenomics and what digital assets and what experiences to include in different tiers and pricing strategy. And so that's sort of I guess our our secret sauce, is working with the artists to help figure out what's the best way to monetize their fan base.
Would you
Are you
say that?
guys using like
Oh, sorry.
a concierge service? Sorry, Armando. Are
That's
y'all
fine.
using a concierge service to kind of walk through the talent through the NFT production and things of that nature? And what standards for NFTs are you guys using as a part of this, if you don't mind?
Yeah, so the platform itself is totally self-service, but with certain artists, they want us to come to them and say, what should I do? And so we work with them to identify, and this sort of concierge sort of service we do, we don't charge for that. We do that for free because we're getting them to use our platform, and then we'll, make money on the back end with Jam. So basically, so our native token Jam is running on Hedera Hashgraph, which is a next generation distributed ledger platform that's co-owned and governed by Google, IBM, LG, Dell, some of the biggest banks in the world, and other Fortune 100 companies. And it's more of an enterprise focused sort of next generation type of blockchain. And so they have their own token service where you can mint native tokens. They're not smart contract based. So we minted the Jam token, which is a fungible token. You can also mint non-fungible tokens or NFTs in any sort of quantity that you want. So it's basically the Hedera token service, or HTS is the standard by which, and we're HIP 412 compliant, which is the sort of latest standard for multimedia, multi-file NFTs. So you can have an entire album, you can have an entire music video and artwork all together, bundled together on a single NFT, along with these token gated unlockable experiences.
Oh,
Cool. Wow, that's really, really exciting.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah, so it's a lot. We got a lot of, it's jam packed with features, pun intended.
what would you say has been the most challenging aspect out of all of that?
I would say that I guess, well, obviously technology is always challenging. We've spent years and millions of dollars investing into building this product and vision, and finally it's coming together of some semblance of my vision for what I wanted to put together, and then navigating the music industry is its own thing. So the last 3 months I've been at like a bunch of different conferences and events and festivals, and meeting hundreds of people all over the place, and now we're back to work on launching this new marketplace and working with artists, and every day is something new, and every relationship is different, and every artist is different, and so it's always a new challenge.
Can you tell us who your favorite artist is that you've worked with? One of those A-listers?
Yeah. I mean, I'm not. I mean, since we haven't like actually officially announced anything, but we are talking to a lot of different artists. I really like Rufus Du Sol, who's a big DJ in the EDM space. Also working in the hip hop R&B space. So Tribe Called Quest.
Ooh,
Wow, far out.
That's a great one. Wow.
yeah.
I bet they got a great catalog.
I don't
Oh
know.
yeah.
Yeah.
I still listen to it today.
Oh yeah, huge catalog. Also talking to the Roots, just at the Roots picnic,
Oh, wow.
Philadelphia, and so you got Questlove and all those guys.
Yeah.
And there's a bunch of others. Wu-Tang Clan, also Biggie Smalls family estate, the Tupac estate,
Jeez.
the Michael Jackson estate. So there's some legacy stuff, and that's its own challenge with the rights and everything. But then there's just I have a whole list of dozens of artists that we're in talks with and working on these various drops, and so there's a lot coming in the pipeline.
That's an incredible. That's some big. Got some heat. Some big name artists, man. That's awesome. How do you take care of the artists when playing their content? Too, you were talking about like you guys kind of help keep track of metrics and things like that, and making micropayments in that. Can you dive into that a little bit?
Yeah, absolutely. So we handle the streaming royalty micropayments in real time. So when the music gets played, the artist gets paid instantly for every second that their music is streamed. So that's all in platforming. So you go to TuneFM, you sign up. We've removed all the barriers to entry. You don't have to be a crypto native or degen to like understand how to use the platform. It's totally straightforward for any music fan out there. Email and password, you sign up. We set up your non-custodial wallet. We have a multi-sig private key recovery protocol. We airdrop you tokens, associate them, and do all this cool stuff for you. So you just point and click play and listen to music, and automatically you're streaming payments into the artist's wallet directly, and it all happens under the hood automatically.
Almost sounds like a virtual like ASCAP and BMI, like they're like a publishing watchdog, almost something like that. Keeping tabs of how many spends.
I guess I like to compare it to sort of like a crypto jukebox. You put in a few quarters and you select a song and play. And so we're paying the artist directly to their wallet, as you're streaming the music in TuneFM. So it's sort of, we're helping manage all the payments so that you don't have to worry about it. And as an artist, you can earn over 100 times more from your streams than you would from Spotify or Apple Music.
That's awesome.
That's good stuff.
Hey, Armando,
We're
we
gonna squeeze in a commercial.
Yep. I
Sorry.
think we're gonna hit a commercial here. We'll be right back.
Yeah.
Forge greatness, this is what you need. Next level marketplace with the NFT. Music, podcasts, movies, and more. Crypto games, take it to the next level for sure. Or system, or system. If you buy the NFT, this is what you're missing. Or system, or system. If you buy the NFT, this is what you're missing. To my movie makers and musicians, time to level up. Bring your content, even all my game developers. We got movie streaming, music streaming, so you wanna be in the mix. This ain't no big production company. Over 25,000 or users, yes indeed. Only charging 2.3% sales fee. Own all your music, all your games, own your future. Set your own terms. This is how you do it. You need or system, or system. If you buy the NFT, this is what you're missing. Or system, or system. If you buy the NFT, this is what you're missing. Let's go. Forge greatness. Woo.
We were touching on a yeah, I was gonna say we were touching on it wasn't me that actually asked it, but how like artists making money, like the management of the money being made on content being out there, and like a lot of labels on how they're making the money, and or where does the money go, how does it get divvied up?
Yeah, so we do all the micropayments and the splits instantly on the platform. But one of the main ways that artists can make money are through these music NFT drops. And so we're trying to find ways to monetize the super fans. So it's the people who are most obsessed with the artists, who want access to them and have the money to spend on sort of lucrative limited edition experiences. And so one of the thought experiments that we like to do with artists is think about the highest value thing you could possibly offer a single person if money's no object. And so,
Private
you know, let's
concert.
take, for example, let's take Jay-Z and Beyonce. You know, we have Beyonce in the platform as well. But for example, let's say have Jay-Z and Beyonce do a private concert for me and, you know, one other friend or whatever on a mega yacht in Mykonos, and we're flown in on private jets and the whole bit. And it's like you get to hang out with Jay-Z and Beyonce for the whole weekend, and they do a private concert for you. So that's something that like they could potentially offer one or two slots for, or tokens, and that can be auctioned off for millions of dollars. And so they're only willing to do this for a very limited amount of people, but that's you know, for a few $1,000,000 they'll absolutely do it. And there's people who have money, but there's no way to buy these types of experiences. You know, there's no access. You know, money can't buy everything, can't buy access. But if they have the money and they're super fans of this artist, they'll do anything to have that personal relationship with the artist, have that really high-end exclusive experience with the artist. And so it could be any artist, you know, who's out there, whether it's like, for example, with the Biggie Smalls family, they have an unreleased video of his final performance concert, and they want to do a screening in New York and basically have the whole family there and everyone who was on stage, and basically like have a smoke sesh and like do this thing for like basically up to 5 people max. So that's 5 tokens that you can sell this experience. And then you can have multiple tiers all the way down, so the value chain. So you've got other digital assets with limited edition, sort of, you know, unreleased producer cuts or unreleased songs or new artwork, and then you get access to, say, a private chat group or fan club or something where you can get exclusive updates or access to merchandise or tickets or what have you. So there's many different ways to sort of monetize the fan base, and we've created that marketplace for these types of experiences.
It's a really good segue into the next section of it's about governance. You know, having a utility to the Jam token will obviously change the way certain entities see your business. What do you think some of the outcomes for blockchain is going to be with some of the current governmental climate and some of the recent litigation that's come from the SEC against Coinbase and Binance and things like that?
Yeah, I think while the initial thing it seems really bad on the surface, I think it will sort of force the issue and sort of bring forward some form of regulation, which will actually help the industry a lot. Hopefully those regulations are well thought out and simple, straightforward, and not, you know, too overbearing. But we need to go from 0 to 1. So we're working in an environment where there's zero regulatory clarity. And without any clarity, there's just things that you can't do, or your lawyers will say, just avoid that, you know. So there's a lot of things that you can't do in the US. So there's so much crypto activity offshore, and a lot of digital assets are sitting offshore, and a lot of that can come into the US, and then financial big institutions can actually invest and become part of the ecosystem. And so there's a ton of capital just waiting on the sidelines that will flood into the space once there's some regulatory clarity. And of course, you know, you don't want to have it be over-regulated, but we need some regulation. It's one of the few areas where we actually need more regulation because we don't have anything whatsoever. So we need some basic rules to follow. And really just, it's more about consumer protection and just sort of ways to monitor everything, is to have some sort of agency or commission that sort of deals with this, that treats crypto as its own asset class, that, you know, basically evaluates the various tokens under their own metrics and not trying to fit it into some sort of archaic framework. which is what's currently happening. So, I've been working also on the crypto regulatory policy front as well to try and push forward the regulatory framework that will actually help the business grow.
Yeah, we've been in that space for a little while too, talking to a few people out there like Gabriela Kunz, who's really doing good things for, I think, the crypto industry worldwide. I had just kind of a weird question. How did you get to your first star for the platform? Was that like a relationship kind of a thing?
And who was it?
And who was it?
If you're able to
If you can
discuss it, not
Yeah, absolutely. It's a great question. So I'd say the first star is Beyonce we got on the platform. And that
That's a big one.
Yeah, pretty big one, pretty big name. Yeah.
It's a little
So
slow.
it was this guy we met a few years ago who was like, I know Matthew Knowles. I'm like, okay, who's that? It's like, oh, it's Beyonce's dad. I'm like, oh, wow. He's based in Houston. So he was like, I could set up the meeting. So we set up a meeting. We flew out to see Matthew Knowles, who's Beyonce's dad. And it turns out that he has a huge music label called Music World Entertainment. And he has dozens of Grammy Award-winning artists. And he created Beyonce as an artist, both as a musical artist and it's his daughter. And also Solange is her sister, and Solange is still on his label. And he created Destiny's Child too. That was his, it's sort of like the Jackson 5, but his thing was Destiny's Child was Beyonce and the others. And so he was like, yeah, well, I want to get all my music on your platform. So we built a whole system to basically ingest the whole catalog from the back end and create all these pages automatically. And so that was just a relationship. Somebody introduced me to somebody, and so it's all like that, and it's always a different story.
Yeah. And so have you done venture capital funding on this one too? Are you guys self-funded, or how's that kind of working out for you?
Yeah, it's a little of both. We've raised around 4 million, and some from venture capital funds and a bunch of angels as well. So we're an Animoca Brands portfolio company. They're probably the biggest investor in the Web3 space, based in Hong Kong. And then our first angel investor is actually Andy Hertzfeld, who's the co-creator of the Macintosh with Steve Jobs and Apple, one of the pioneers in Silicon Valley. And a bunch of other music industry folks who are also on our advisory board, and people in the crypto space. And then, of course, we have the token as well. So we did a pre-sale for that a long time ago, and now we're trading on over 20 exchanges. And so, it's a combination of self-funding and outside funding, and both token funding as well as equity funding and all kinds of things.
What's the expansion look like for the future? You're in music now. What's next?
So I really see music as a vertical to Tune FM the way books are a vertical to Amazon. And so we're really creating a multimedia streaming platform in which we just launched actually video streaming, so you can get paid for every second that your videos are streamed. So we have video, music, podcasts, we're sports and other things, and really, and the next. What was that? Oh,
Armando, you're muted.
We could do our show on your thing, like a live podcast.
Absolutely.
Yeah, exactly. So we
go.
already have a podcast on there. And then the next big thing is the music metaverse, which we're calling Jam Fest. So we're going to be building the largest music festival in the metaverse. So a really cool, fully immersive experience in which you can go to a festival with thousands of people. You can meet people and, all their facial expressions and eye tracking and head tracking and all this stuff, very high fidelity. You can go to shows and at different venues, so big stages, small stages, rave lounges, everything. And you can basically have NFT ticketing and NFT gated performances and experiences. And you can wander around the festival grounds and go to different shows, just like you go to a music festival like Coachella or Bonnaroo or Lollapalooza, something like that. And but it's a festival that never ends. So it's an ongoing thing. So the stages are always going with different lineups and different artists performing of all different kinds, genres, different levels. And so we're working on building that, which is more of a longer term goal. So we're identifying various partners and technologies that we're going to leverage to build that experience. So that's something to look out for.
Funny you should mention that. We're pretty adept at a lot of the technologies you're talking about right now. So maybe we should have an offline conversation if you're amenable.
Yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely.
absolutely. We'll reach out, post show. Nick, our CTO, is watching the show on the other end, and he's filling up our chat with questions in here.
I want to be a partner. Sure.
Yeah,
that means you've ignited something.
Yeah, you got our CTO's head spinning over there. So
nice. Good.
One of its questions is, kind of how do you see blockchain making the difference in everyday lives in the future?
Yeah, I mean, I see blockchain as a leap forward in back-end technology and distributed ledger technology at large being a new way to have basically consensus. So distributed computing, and the internet is really distributed computing, but this is a way to do things in which you can, for example, like crypto is the killer app for DLT because you can have consensus on the balances of your various wallets. And so it's only the fact that everybody can agree on a certain number in a certain wallet is really how crypto comes about. But it's not just agreeing on a certain number, it could be agreeing on any kind of data or any data structure or anything. So I think that distributed computing in general has hardly seen the light of day. And in many ways, like people are saying like, oh, you can build on this or that or whatever, but most people don't really know or care whether the service that you're using is leveraging AWS or Oracle or DigitalOcean or whatever it is, back-end services. You just care that it works, or you don't necessarily know how the Visa and MasterCard rails work and how many institutions things are flowing through. They just know that when they buy their coffee and they, tap their card, that, it works.
It works.
And so we just want to make things that work. So all of our technology decisions are based on a pure technological fit and not necessarily a hype cycle or what the degens are talking about these days, and so it's but I do think that most people won't necessarily know why the things that they're using are better or why they're able to do things they couldn't do before. It's just sort of as technology evolves, the experiences get better. It's like before we had Uber, we had to hail a taxi in the street, and then all of a sudden like Uber comes about, but like the amount of innovation that had to happen to make that possible wasn't ready 5 years prior. And so now that all these innovations are coming along, new services like TuneFM, for example, are coming along to make the experience better. So for us, it's music and media experiences and stuff like that. But the crypto side of things is really under the hood. Sort of like if you go into a casino and you buy chips, you can play any game you want, then you cash out your chips. Or you're earning credits, or you say, back when we had cell phones with minutes, minutes, or if you're a frequent flyer, you have your airline miles or whatever. It's all the same concept. But, even the title for your car, for example, can be tokenized. Real estate can be tokenized. Anything can be tokenized. So a lot of these things will sort of pop up out of nowhere, but you won't necessarily know that it's crypto related or leveraging blockchain, and services and offerings will get better and things will get more efficient and people will make more money and but life will continue on, and it's not like everything's going to change overnight. It's sort of a slow integration of new things that come along and things that work better and are better experiences for people that happen to leverage certain new technologies that weren't available, years prior.
Yep.
Great.
It just happens.
Yep, it just
That
happens.
says.
The short answer is it just happens. Yeah.
Yeah, but that transition, I think you guys are really, really onto something cool, man. Sometimes you can't put the tech up front and show everybody how sexy it is. You just put it in the back and let them keep doing business the way they are. They just choose a different path.
Yeah.
It's really cool.
It's true.
Crypto's confusing, for a lot of people, and been bad names to it sometimes. But distributed ledger technology is just so much more than crypto. It really is.
Right.
Crypto is one use case of DLT. You know what I mean? And a blockchain is one kind of DLT. And there's a million ways to do it. There's private permission ledgers. There's all kinds of stuff. I have a blockchain patent that's now owned by Comcast, which has to do using private blockchain ledgers for device authentication and reducing fraud and basically secure device authentication and management. For example, if you go to a cell phone store like Verizon and you need to get the password on your account or the PIN or whatever, and here you can self-authenticate with your device and get access to your account and have like 5 different devices managed from that same account. And so like the end user would have no idea that experience of walking to the store and tapping something on their screen instead of like trying to call like their significant other to try and remember some PIN or password, so it's like, so that's one example of how a non-crypto, non-public ledger is like a private blockchain ledger can improve the way things work. And you have no idea how or why that might have improved. You just know that you had a better experience this time versus last time,
Right.
I think we should have some type of distributed ledger that shows sticky notes.
Man, I'm in on
Funny
that.
when you walk into people's office or whatever, their computer, there's always a sticky note on there or something.
With my password.
Yeah, it's immutable, so you can't get rid of it.
That's right.
Yeah.
Wow,
Well,
interesting
That
conversation.
sounds like a good place to put a pin in this thing. Maybe we can have you back again later on in the year once you guys make some additional progress. Bring you back and talk about all the great things you guys are doing in blockchain.
I know,
Awesome.
Andrew, we really appreciate your time here. So, any shout outs, any last parting words to our billions of watchers right now?
Well, thanks for having me on, and happy to come back anytime. And I think what you're doing is really cool, and I look forward to seeing this episode.
Perfect.
Great.
Yep.
Good stuff.
We
We'll
will.
share the links with you whenever we publish.
Tune.fm, everybody.
Yes.
Check it
Link
out.
will be in the
Yeah,
description.
Tune.fm.
Check it
Very
out.
easy to remember, too.
Yeah.
That's very
Yeah, the
easy to
name is-
remember. You just say it once or twice and you got it. Tune.fm.
We got the best domain on the internet.
I was saying that earlier. I was like, oh my God, that's like how you just
Second
say
to
it once and you-
Google.com.
Yeah.
You're right there. You're right there.
The best characters, yeah. Plus we got Jam. We got the best ticker, Jam. So check it out on all the exchanges. And you can go to TuneFM Official as our Twitter handle, Instagram, all the above. Yeah.
I'm following you.
It's a sharp looking site too. I was on there earlier today. It's really, really engaging, really good stuff. And I noticed it looks like you work with your brother side by side.
Yeah. My brother and I are co-founders. Yeah.
Awesome.
Tape it in the family.
Cool.
Good and
There you
bad,
go.
brother. Good and bad.
That's another hour-long discussion.
I was going to say that could be a whole nother episode. What's it like to work with your brother?
Yeah.
We figured out a way to make it work.
Yep.
Good deal.
Good job.
Well, thanks, Andrew.
Thank you,
Again, much
Andrew.
appreciate your time.
Have a great one.
Appreciate it. Thanks for having me.
Take
Talk to you
care.
guys soon.
Cheers,
Bye
man.
now.
Cheers.
That's in.
And we're back. Hey, a little quick stretch there as we wind down episode 75. Wow, Tune.fm. Tune.fm. Say it twice, as Eric said. Now I can't forget it.
Yep,
Can't
tuned out.
forget
You'll
it.
never. And he's absolutely right. It's a great domain name. Easy,
It
easy
is.
great web
Second
address.
to Google.
Kind of funny, man. It kind of catches the old and new.
Yeah.
You know,
Well, the
kinda
FM radio.
Yeah. It's kind of got that
Tune in
iTunes and then
to-
FM.
Yeah.
Yeah, tune in to FM. Yeah, that was funny. Right when I saw that, ooh, AM, FM. Yep, absolutely.
Anyway.
And that's some really incredible stuff they're working on too. I mean, they got some really, really, really big artists. They're already working with. So that's some really, really cool stuff. And can't wait to see what they do.
Yep. Looking forward to it.
Yeah. If he starts getting some boy bands on there, if he starts to have any meetings with them, I'm like, yo, just let me in. I'll make it. I'll close the deal for you. I know what to say.
Since Jimmy's
Not
not here,
really. I don't know what to say, but
since
We already
Jimmy's
got a
not here,
backup boy band plug for you, Armando. We'll hook you up
oh, perfect.
next time we get him on the line.
There we go.
Since Jimmy's not here, I got to bring this quick story up. When Armando had this idea for using the song "I Want It That Way," is that what it's called?
Oh yeah, Backstreet
But
Boys.
Armando, I think it was pre-show, and Armando's like, Jimmy, you know the song "I Want It That Way," and Jimmy's like, why would I know that song, Armando? Why? Why are we talking about
He
this?
knew it. What are you talking about? He
You
did
didn't know it, yeah, but it was
He knew
hilarious.
it. Come on.
What are you asking me, Armando?
6'3", 6'3" teddy bears. What he is? He plays all
Yeah,
that.
he is. Of course he is.
He's really listening to Backstreet Boys at home. Come on, little Backstreet Boys in sync. New Kids on the Block. He probably has Spice Girls posters hidden.
I'll be the first. I'll tell you right now. You know who I love? Taylor
Behind a
Swift.
bleeding
I don't care who knows it. I'm announcing it to the world, to
Here
the
we
billions
go.
and billions. I love Taylor Swift. I think she's great.
Really? Even I don't.
Jimmy, you're missed. I think
Shake
he's
it off.
boarding his airplane. Jimmy, you're missed. If anybody is out in the UK, Germany, check out Jungle Rot. They are on tour. Check out their
Jungle
schedule.
Rot on tour.
Jungle
Yes, sir.
Rot. But ask Jimmy what
Hell
his
yeah.
favorite song is. He will say, "I Want It That Way" from Backstreet Boys.
He's man. You got to remember what year he grew up. I think Jimmy's more of a New Kids on the Block kind of guy. I'm just saying.
Pretty sure he is, 'cause
If
he's got
I
the
ever-
right stuff. He's got the right stuff.
I have to be honest. If I ever hear Jimmy say New Kids on the Block is my favorite band, I will know that hell is frozen over completely. nothing personal, guys. I'm just.
Oh man,
Jimmy's a
Ain't
hardcore
right.
metal dude.
something ain't right. That's funny. Man.
Something has
That's
gone
true.
strange in our world for sure.
All right, fellas. Any parting words before we wrap it up here? Episode 75.
75.
Big shout out to Sarah Kopp, kicking ass, taking names, extending that operational reach of our social media.
Nice.
Huge gain since she's come on board.
Very
So
That's
Yeah,
awesome.
Matt up,
I saw.
big props. Thank you. Yep, she's
That's awesome.
definitely changing the way we do things. That's for sure, for the better.
Yep, killing it. Good job, Sarah. Keep it up.
Good
Thank you,
job.
Sarah. Thank you. That's awesome.
Well, to the billions and billions out there, again, thank you from us, the Warrior Hour, episode 75. We're 3/4 of the way to 100, fellas. Almost there.
There you go.
Yeah.
There you go.
Ooh.
Music fans, musicians alike, tune.fm. I don't even have to say it that many times because I'm sure you got it.
What was the site? What
Tune.fm.
was the site? I forgot.
How do we find your content when it gets released, Eric?
You know what? We're in the process of working all that out. No, I'm sure it'll be on Spotify. We'll have a YouTube channel. We'll have our
Why
stuff.
put it on
for sale.
Spotify when you can put it on Tune.fm?
Yeah, well, I was just gonna say tune.fm is gonna be now
You're
a
gonna
new
get
platform.
raped over there on Spotify.
Absolutely.
They take 90%.
Some of it better be in the game for you know.
Yes, sir.
Absolutely. We'll make an official announcement. It might even be the exclusive announcement on the Warrior Hour. You know,
What?
With them.
I'd love to, man. Absolutely.
With them. Is that how it's gonna go?
That was actually pretty good, see, Armando. I think you guys got a lot more music in your blood than you're letting on. man. Really,
With them.
you guys are gonna help us structure some songs, man.
With
Come on,
them.
hear that voice? Come on, man. Am I
Hey.
lying? Listen
Come
to that
on,
voice.
guys. Seriously.
Just go download the pre-alpha. We actually have a custom song already in the game.
There we
One.
go.
Go check it out. You'll like it.
Awesome.
All right.
Thank you so much,
guys.
fellas.
All right.
Have a good one.
Take care. Incredible show,
Take care.
guys.
Good night, guys.
Yeah.
Good night, Warriors.
Peace.
Good night, gentlemen.
I can't do it because I got to do this crap over here. All right, guys. Take care.
Cool. Take care.